Evening, turkeys. I have a new story that was submitted to me by a fan who goes by the name of Bread. We will call him Mr. Bread. He has quite the impressive story of relationship blunders and failures and why you do not put up with domestic violence, whether it come from male or female. You see, Mr. Bread here has a twin brother, and that twin brother was a meth addict, and the meth addict, of course, did not have any job. So what does Mr. Bread do? He, of course, allows his brother, his twin brother, to move into his house with him and his wife. Now, the wife was already abusive towards Mr. Bread. And the problem with this is he didn't want to get her in trouble, so he never filed the police reports, which should have been filed. But this continues into the fact that the brother and the wife began having an affair behind his back. That's right, his wife left him for his methed out brother. Now, it got to the point to where he came home from work one day and actually found that his brother and his wife sitting at his kitchen table with divorce papers, which he would later find out was fraudulent. They weren't even legally filed papers. Now, Mr. Bread, in a moment of despair, is forced to leave his own house and becomes homeless, living with friends. But now there is a silver lining in the story, and the fact that he was actually able to get back on his feet, get his divorce, has a new girlfriend, and is doing quite well. What can we take away from this story is the fact that just because people are family does not mean that they will not betray you. And the age-old problem of women like the bad boys. If he has a felony, if he's a meth addict, if he's a criminal in general, he will be more attractive to her. Not because the woman is bad, but because the woman finds these things interesting, right? A guy that goes to work every day and works at 9 to 5, calls her honey buns and gives her kisses every day, becomes dull after a while as the honeymoon phase wears off. So when he introduced the twin brother into the home, the meth addict, the criminal, if you will, it was a spark of excitement and maybe a little bit of exoticness, a bad boy, so to speak. So, Mr. Bread, I appreciate you for your story and your input here, but your heart got the best of you on this one, my friend, and I'm very happy that you're doing better now. Another look here at my outline of this story, the fact that Mr. Bread's brother and his ex-wife have now began the domestic violence cycle on themselves again and constantly call the cops and fight with each other. This, of course, is going to go nowhere fast, as Mr. Bread's brother is probably not as restrained as him himself and will probably hit the now ex-wife. We can see that this story is going to end up in jail one way or the other, as the states have standing laws to where domestic violence says one person out of this party must go to jail. So it's going to go nowhere. It's going to go nowhere fast.